as quickly as they can, and we've rendered humanitarian assistance for that.
But Stephen Smith, I'm talking about those people. Are they, when they flee those camps, are they illegal immigrants when they get in boats and head for Australia, or are they asylum seekers?
Well, it entirely depends on the facts and the circumstances of their case. If they come into Australian territory and they claim asylum, then we do a number of things. Firstly,
I know the things we do. I'm sorry to interrupt you again. I know the things we do, but the Prime Minister says he's taking a hardline stance on illegal immigration. Is there any evidence that the people you're stopping are illegal immigrants as opposed to asylum seekers?
Well, it's quite clear that in many cases, Tony, the people who are moving are making unlawful movements between countries. That's quite clear.
That's what asylum seekers do, isn't it? I mean, and you may be trying to make a legal distinction here, but asylum seekers pretty much always do that. Are they illegal immigrants? Because in your own party there's some dissension today. Michael Danby has come out and said you can't use this phrase, illegal immigrants, when it hasn't been tested whether they're legal or illegal.
Well, maybe on this occasion, Tony, I can get the answer in without being interrupted. But it entirely depends upon the facts and the circumstance. It is a relevant material consideration for me to say, and it's not splitting legal hairs or making a legal point. It's a fundamental point about the way in which we treat people who come to our country and claim asylum. We treat them in accordance with our domestic legal obligations. We treat them in accordance with our international obligations, in accordance with the refugee conventions. And if they do have a valid claim under the Convention, if they are at risk of being persecuted, then they are granted refugee status in accordance with our law. If they're not, they're sent home. And when people try and come, whether it's to Malaysia, to Indonesia or to Australia, from Sri Lanka or anywhere else, they often engage in unlawful movements. And that is why, whether it is Malaysia, Singapore, Indonesia, countries that the Prime Minister and I have had conversations with in the course of today, no country wants to see unlawful movements through their borders. And that is why, in terms of our response, we have made sure that our border protection security arrangements are as good as they can be. We've enhanced the arrangements that we inherited from the Howard government. In the last budget, over $640 million going to that effort. That is very important to have integrity of our borders, but at the same time to stop those flows coming from Sri Lanka, Afghanistan, Pakistan and other areas. We now have 40 million displaced people throughout the world. We can only do that by acting cooperatively with Indonesia and other countries in our region, like Malaysia, like Sri Lanka, and that's what we are doing in a calm, methodical way.
Stephen Smith, you certainly got an answer out there, and it was quite a long one. I thank you for it, and we thank you for being there straight after the talks with the Indonesian Prime Minister. We'll speak to you again.
Thanks very much, Tony. Thank you.